Veston here with another installment of my series of trying to get this old camper fixed up. And I've been watching a lot of other videos, and there's so much content out there. There's some amazing videos of guys that have taken these and they've just completely re-engineered them and turned them into this overlanding ultimate camper. And that's just awesome. I'm not going to do that. I'm just doing the basic stuff. So, you know, if you want to see really professional grade rewiring and amp systems and solar array systems, I'm not going to do that. I don't have the time. I just want to go up in the woods, get to a nice remote spot and chill out in relative comfort. So I'm not going to be doing any zombie apocalypse mods or South America to Alaska overlanding mods on this. Don't have the money or the time. So let's see what we are going to do. Now I do need more lift, just simply put, to get over the Kelly humps. I don't know what those are if you're not from around here, but they're big humps put in dirt roads to prevent erosion, keep the water from washing them down. So they'll put these giant, I think 16 to 18-inch humps in the road. So I need to get over those. They're most of the roads I want to get to in remote areas. So got to have more clearance. But since I'm pulling this with my Tundra, I don't need a whole lot of clearance. The Tundra is rolling on 33s. It'll be 35 soon. It's 2.5 inches of lift. It's not going to, you know, it's a long wheelbase. This thing just needs to go where the Tundra goes. So that, you know, it doesn't require a whole lot, but it does require some. And I had a couple of options. At first I was thinking, let's just put a brand new wider axle under it and move the tires to the outside of the body of the camper. Then I'll put some, they make prefab diamond plate fenders, bolt them to the outside. That'll look really cool. But then I started looking, well, if I do that, then I'll have to relocate the leaf springs and where those bolt on. And to do that properly, on one side, I could have done it. I could have built in some more, you know, welded in some box supports on the outside. But on this side, that's where the door is, the door and the step, and it would just be an engineering nightmare to get that to work. Plus then the camper would be an extra 18 inches wide, and it's already the same width as the Tundra. So in keeping with the spirit where this needs to go where the Tundra goes, I needed to keep it the same width. So I decided get whatever tire I can fit underneath within the existing wheel wells. And I thought I did that, but yeah, let's take a look at those those tires that that were on there and what I'm replacing. You can see that the factory tire is 22 inches tall, and it's tiny. It's a little tiny 13-inch size, and the replacement tire I didn't think were going to be too awful big. They're 26.7 inches in diameter, and so, and they're on a nice, reasonable offset rim. They're an RV tire, more aggressive tread. I thought they'd be perfect. You know, they're just 5 inches, less than 5 inches bigger. When we swapped the axle spring perches, I thought we'd be keeping in with that, you know, 4 to 5 inch bigger tire. Should be reasonable. But now physically looking at them, I'm concerned. If I can get them to fit and work, it's going to be awesome. I may have to do some trimming in that stock fender well, but that's fine. I've got a welder, I got a grinder, and I got some redneck engineering. We'll make it work. So now to do the spring relocation, there's a couple of different options we have there. The proper professional, you know, very, okay, trying to think of a term without insulting people. Let's just say the proper way. The proper way, not the redneck way. The proper way is you buy new spring mounts, take the axle completely out, you cut the old mounts off, you put new mounts on top of the axle, so the leaf springs will ride on top of that axle and add you that extra 4.5 inches of lift. You use all new hardware, and you're good to go. And that's because that axle is partially curved and that's to when you've got a load on the axle and it's bouncing, it keeps the camber of those tires correct and it doesn't cause premature or uneven wear. My previous pop-up camper trailer was a 7/8 Starcraft, and I just flipped it, just turned the whole axle over so it was kind of, the curve was going the other way, used the existing hardware. It was the improper way, and I used it for a couple years, no issues at all. There were absolutely no issues doing it that way, and yeah, no tire wear. So there's people that say, oh, that's wrong, can't do it that way. Well, you can. I mean, I can't maybe the most 4 to 5 times a year, and I go within 100 miles of my house, so wear's not going to be a factor. I also did that on a utility trailer. I flipped the axle on it. Wasn't even aware of that bend in the axle. I just flipped it. I added 29-inch Wranglers, and I've been running it for 6 years now. I've driven all the way to Boise and back, which is a 600-mile trip. Tires still are showing no uneven wear, and if there is, I can't tell. I use it all the time. My daughter and son-in-law are using it right now, so I am on this. My next step, I've got the old wheels off, I've got it jacked up, I've got it ready to go. I'm going to take all the old hardware off, and I'm going to run into town to the hardware store, which is 15 miles away, and get all new U-bolts and grade 8 stuff, and make sure that we've got at least good hardware when we flip that axle. So let's get to it. Alrighty, we got the wheels on, new wheels and tires. They fit, sort of. Yeah, there is precious little room, so I'm going to modify things. I gotta jack it back up, use the cutting wheel. Yeah, this is just raw right after I got done. I had to use a bunch of tools to get those off. You can see over here. Yeah, those tabs, cut those off and pound that back a little bit. Pound the back a little bit in. I'll take all these off, but boy, they look good. There is more ground clearance than I will ever need on this thing now. So yeah, the departure angle much improved. So okay, I'm gonna do some pounding. Then we got to degrease, service the hubs, and okay, we'll do a final video after I get everything cleaned up and finished. Okay, Trey Veston here, and I am done for the day working on this thing. I think it turned out pretty good. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's beefy looking. Ground clearance issues are solved. I'm good. I got plenty of departure angle there. I mean, compared to where the truck will go, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something different with my hitch. Flip it upside down and put the ball on the other side is probably what's gonna have to happen. But yeah, I drove around over some bumps. I got plenty of clearance now. Well, I wouldn't call that plenty, but I'd say it's enough. I've got full water tank in there, plus a bunch of stuff still, so we're getting closer. We're winning. Go. Yeah, I think we'll just have to watch it, keep an eye on it when we get some more weight in it. But overall, I'm happy with the results. Got the new tail light cover on the other side. Next, we'll address his rubbing issues. That's where my dad would keep his float tubes. He'd just strap them on there. And so, got some denting here. I'm gonna try and find some aluminum or tin to form over that, or some other semicircle material. And then I've got a solution for the rubbing of the float tube, because I also have some little pontoon boats I'm going to put up there. So, alrighty, I'm happy with it. Just need to do some more cleaning, a little bit more detailing and scrubbing on the outside. Make sure the furnace works. Final scrub through of the interior. A little more crap taken out, and we are ready for a camping trip maybe this weekend. We'll see. Alrighty, Trey Veston out.